for I was gonna say Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
We didn't do much for Valentine. She wasn't up to it anyway, so we just cooked here in the house. I bought her some flowers and chocolate in the morning. I was gonna get her the original house of pancake breakfast, but last minute she told me she didn't want it. But overall, it was nice and quiet, just me and her, because our aunt wasn't here. We were just watching movies, which we could get into later, because there's two movies that I watched that you watched that you wanted me to watch, just so we could give you my take on it. And then back to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Unfortunately, I did have to work Monday. Not like a lot of people probably did have to go to work Monday also, because it is a holiday, but I guess they don't consider it like a major holiday. We should have been off because we're close to like the banking business also. Yeah. But it was a slow day anyway, so I was cool with it. Why not get paid for it and shit like that?
You get paid extra?
Nah,
no?
I don't.
It was just a regular day?
Just regular day, yeah. But it was cool. And today, Wednesday, still doing the training shit. So it's been nice and chill and cool, man. It's nothing. What the fuck is this? Nothing going crazy and shit. How was your week?
My week was good. So yeah, I mean, so last Friday I took off of work. I just needed a day for myself. I had told my girl, I was like, I just need a day for myself. So I really didn't plan stuff. There was a few things I kind of wanted to do. I just know I went to get a quick cut. Then I went to Uno's by myself. I ate. Had like, I don't know, as a place for me. There's certain places, and I'm sure you probably have them, that you could be a little bit at peace or it relaxes you. I don't know, Uno's for some reason, Clifton. If I go by myself, I'm just chilled. I got beers there. Only whack thing now with like the whole bar situation, you can't sit in the bar. It takes some element out of it. The only place I remember people could sit in the bar was in that place we went to Connecticut when we went to Boston.
Yes.
But now I couldn't sit in the bar, even though that area was empty. So I just sat by myself, had 2 beers, not bad. I think Goose Hawk, something. I think it's Ghost Hawk. I think they're out in Clifton. There's a brewery.
Okay.
So I was even like, yeah, I'm going to probably check them out afterwards. But I just ate, chilled. Then I went to like this park that I wanted to check out, that I was just trying to find a place to just be kind of relaxed by myself. I went to that park. I drove, I think it was in Wayne. And when I got there, that shit looked like fucking, like nobody was there. And I'm like, it was only one car parked. And I'm like, all right, I parked my car. And that was a pickup truck. I started walking. There was, there's been a lot of snow out here. And when I was walking, I'm like, yo, either somebody could shoot me or an animal's going to have fun with me.
Whoa.
So I walked.
What kind of fun?
I'm going to dance. Salsa time.
What's that song?
What?
And the fox said.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck. I started walking around for a bit, and I'm like, man, this shit is like, I'm like, nah, not working for me. So then from there, I was like, why did I come all the way down here? So I just took a ride to Overpeck Park, which is like a park that I will always go to, but I actually went to the opposite side where the water's at, not where we go running. So if you cross the street.
Okay.
So I drove in through there, and I was like, I never really been there. So I went there, and it's like, for me, I used to always call my mom's after, like sometimes when I would run.
Yeah.
So I just went there, chilled for a bit, spoke to my good friend for a while. And then from there, I think I hit up your brother. I think I hit you up. I know you were still working that Friday night. So I hit up Santi Sensation to meet me up in Sedona. Well, my plan, I was going to go to Captain Lawrence. That was my plan. I was just going to do stuff I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then when I was like, time was going by so fast, I was like, for me to go to Captain Lawrence now, it makes no sense to then have to drive back.
Especially traffic on a Friday.
Yeah, and then I was like, I was like thinking with the deer coming back. And I was like, fuck it. Let me just do Sedona, keep it chilled. So I went to Sedona. Your brother came through. Shout out to Alex Sensation. Santi Sensation.
Milwaukee Tools.
And then Jesus came by later on. So now just chilled. We had a few beers. The funny thing, we're talking about this beer right here, which is 6 point something. So I put your brother on to, I think it's called Fool's Rush or Fool's Gold. I think it's the peanut butter Heffenweizen that we had last time.
Oh, the one, yeah.
I think it's called Fool's Gold. It's a beer.
That's a pretty good beer, man.
And I was drinking, and your brother was like, "What?"
They give it to you in the nice cup.
So they asked, the guy came over, "What you want?" And your brother like, "I don't know." He was gonna get, I think, a Stella,
like always.
And then the guy, and I told him, he's like, "What you having?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'm having this peanut butter." But he looked at me weird, and I was like, "Yo, just try it. Try the sample." I'm like, "It's a Heffenweizen." And your brother likes Heffenweizen. So he tries it. Not too bad. So he had one. So we started drinking. We probably had 3 or 4. And then he was like, "Yo, I'm fucking nice." He's a guy. He's like, "I can't believe I'm fucking nice off of this shit."
Lightweight.
And no, we were like nice. And then Jesus, fucking, we're chilling. And Jesus ordered Hennessy out of all things with Red Bull. We're like, what? We chilled, and I think the last one I had was
his credit card was denied.
It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Then we had I had a Jack Daniels at the end, and that shit had me nice. When I came back home, I felt the buzz. I was
Thank
like,
God I didn't go.
holy shit. No, but I think if you would have came, we had like one beer. Honestly, you would have came for one beer because it was already late. We called in the night. Your brother had to work. I just wanted to go home, and I was hungry, so I ordered food to go. Came home, chilled, watched TV, and then knocked out. And then Saturday, my girl had made plans to take me out to for Valentine's dinner, which was like good because I've always do all the planning. So she actually planned something. So we went to Roof Chris in Weehawken, New Jersey. That night was cold. So when we got there, that was like Saturday night. The reservation was for 9 o'clock, and the parking was fucking far. Like it was like 3 blocks, and that shit was cold to get there. We finally got there. We ate. Food was good, but you know, we were both kind of tired, so we just chilled, ate, and then came back home. And then early Sunday, I decided, I was like, I want to just take a trip out to Philly. Just like last minute, I was like, I just need to kind of get away from everyday type of stuff and just do something different. I wasn't planning it for Valentine's Day, but it was just like, fuck it. I got a pretty good deal. We left like the crib like at 9:15. Got there. We went to this brunch spot that we love to go to. It's called Bourbon and Branch. Yo, man, we got to go. Like, the food is always good. It's a small place. And this area of Philly reminds me of like Williamsburg, like that you have like, or Hoboken. It's kind of like a Hoboken. You see everybody with dogs walking around, you know. And we got there. The place opened at 11, and there was no traffic that Sunday, so I was able to get there fast. I got there like 11:10, and we left here like at 9:45 or something. And then so.
You got there at 10 and you left out here at 9:45?
No, like 11:10.
Oh, I'm about to say.
It was so empty. I was able to go to 100. That's the first time I ever got 100 in my car.
Damn.
I was like, holy shit.
It's like a lead.
Yo, it was empty. So we got there, and then the only thing was parking. So my girl went inside because they do first come first serve. She was like, she called me, yo, we got a thing. I kept going around, and of course, when it's an area you don't know, you're like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. I kept looking, and the streets are very tiny. They're very, like, small. And like I said, similar to, like, a Hoboken. Like, some of them are very narrow. Eventually, I parked kind of a little bit far, but everything was good. We went. The food was banging. Like, last time I went, they had the great French toast. So this time, they changed their menu up. I think a lot of companies are changing the menu up ever since they went to that barcode shit.
Oh, to the scanning the shit? Yeah.
So we had the chicken and waffles. Yo, one of the best chicken and waffles I had.
Nice.
The chicken was good and the waffle was good. And then they have different mimosas. We had a pineapple mimosa. Yo, shit. Fucking good. The only thing, last time I went, I must have been drunk because I thought it was like an unlimited thing, but they weren't. You got to pay. So the one thing I have to that was like a bourbon mule. So they do a lot of whiskey drinks, and they have like about 12 beers on tap.
Wow.
So it's a cool little place. It's just like white hippie people. We were probably the only Spanish people there. We
so it's
chill.
almost like downtown Boston where we were at. That type of vibe also.
Yeah.
Those little like.
But this is like
very narrow streets.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Cause
it was like, remember that diner we went to for breakfast in Boston?
Like that, exactly.
That
type of atmosphere.
The French toast or something is called.
French, yeah, French something.
The first shit we went to for breakfast.
So we went, we ate, and then after that, like my girl was still hungry, and I was like, good, because I was like drinking, and then she was like, they had pizzas there, and I'm like, I'm kind of skeptical on Philadelphia pizza. So my girl asked her, what kind of pizza? She goes, it's pan pizza. I'm like, oh, like Chicago? She was like, nah, it's more Detroit style. So I'm like, oh, it's because they do it similar. They do it thick. I'm like, but they do it square, like a Sicilian.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, nah, it's round. And she goes, they got pretty good pizza. And so we were asking what flavors or like which ones. She was like, weird shits. Like, so then she had a chicken parmesan. And I told my girl, I'll take 1 or 2 pieces. I'm good. So she was like, all right. So we got that. That shit was good. They made that shit good, man. Like, everything was good. We took that shit. We were like, to take it back. We chilled. We got there so early that I had called the hotel. And check-in was at 4. They were like, oh, I called the hotel around 2. They were like, oh, it's still, you got to get here at 4. I'm like, fuck. So what to do? So I knew of the brewery, Yard's Brewery, which is the beer we're drinking now. And I remember I went not too long ago, I think last summer or the year before, when my daughter went to a concert. I went by myself.
Okay.
So it's funny, as I was driving, I remember the streets. I was like, yo, I think Yard's Brewing is around here. Like, I remember certain things. So then when I checked on my phone, it was literally either like an 8 to 10 minute walk. In the car, like 2 or 3 minutes. So I was like, we went to the car to drop off the pizza, and I told my girl, do you want to, like, we could walk it, but it was kind of cold, or you just want to drive? Because parking would took me a while. So I was like, let's just drive. Last time I parked in, like, a CVS type of shit. I was like, I'll just leave it there. We drove. We got those parking across the street. And when you find good parking, you're like, yo, it's something weird.
Yeah.
Start looking at all the signs. And then, of course, with this whole shit, I'm like, yo, we already ate. We had brunch. You just want to get a beer too. And I was full. They were like, oh, you got to order something to eat.
Yeah, that's
you
what
can order. I'm
Nachos.
like, can I get fries? They were like, oh, you get a pretzel? I'm like, all right, cool. We sat down. And then when we sat down, like to the left of the place we were at, they had the outdoor seating, but we're like covered in. But with the outdoor seating, they had these big, like those big tubos where the beer goes. But it looks cool outside. It looks like a power plant.
That was part of it?
It's part of it, but I thought it was by design. I was like, yo, I'm telling Yanni, that looks cool. And she goes, there's probably beer in there. I was like, you think so? I'm like, I think they just, because they connect those pipes within the pipes inside.
Oh, okay.
So then we had this gordito, mad funny, our waiter. No, let me tell you something. And when you ask these guys and they do great customer service? Oh, these ones hold the beer. Yo, like 10 minutes. These pipes, this is the new leftover beer. This beer's already done. That one, it does this. And then I think we were talking about what happens, like, if you puncture a hole on that thing. He goes, oh, we used to have one guy. He used to do all types of crazy shit. He used to break all these things. And we thought he would break that too. So he was giving us a whole history on the beers and all this stuff. Really big. It's a big place. Like, they have food. But we just had the pretzel. The pretzel was good. I had
So that means they used to give tours in there and stuff like that before COVID?
I think so. It's a huge place. So I know, remember me and you went to the one in Boston. Was the one in Boston that we went inside? UFO.
Yes.
So when we went upstairs, but that we saw like the window
where
they make it?
Yeah, exactly.
This shit is the whole thing. The whole restaurant is even bigger than that place.
Damn.
And it has all the pipes, and it has the pipes outside connected.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool the way they did it. They make it look cool inside. So we just sat down, we chilled. I had like a chocolate sort of a coffee, new one that they just made. And then from there, like we were like trying to kill time. It was like 3:40. Then we went back to a hotel room, and then when we got there, everybody trying to get into the hotel